Yeah. Early. O-T-T. You can look anywhere you want.
Yo, it's your boy Early, and welcome to Winning Notes. Today, on Winning Notes, we're going to talk about the Final Four from the women. Yes, the matchups was phenomenal. And then we're going to carry into today's national championship game. We also going to talk about the men's Final Four and Tuesday's championship game. And we back on the NBA. The playoff push is in full swing. It's 5 games left for most of the teams left in the NBA. And in the West, there's a lot of jockeying for position between seeds 11 all the way up to seed number 4. And we got some jockeying for position going on today in the East for the 7 and 6 seed right now. So all that and more today on Winning Notes. First note, we got North Carolina State versus South Carolina. We know how that ended up going down. It was a good game, a great game, till about, like I said, halfway through the third quarter, when North Carolina State didn't apply the pressure they had to when they had the chance. They had the chance to do it when the star from South Carolina took a dive. They didn't do it, and she came back, and South Carolina delivered the knockout punch. A flurry of threes, good defense, and swift cuts, and really a couple timely threes, man. That was the difference. Score ended up being 78 South Carolina, 59 North Carolina State. Miss Cardoso had 22 points, 11 rebounds, and she had help from Miss Johnson, 13 points, 5 rebounds, 2 assists. Great game, excellent game. Shout out to North Carolina State. They had an excellent run. They did their thing. They gave it they all, but in the end, the firepower in South Carolina and Miss Dawn Staley, she needs to be mentioned. When you talk about the greats in coaching, the Genos, the Pat Summits, the John Woodens, the Coach K's, the Tom Izzos, her name needs to be right up in that same circle. So I just wanted to say that. North Carolina State, Miss James, she was their leading scorer, 20 points, 2 rebounds. And then we had 12 points, 9 rebounds from Miss Boulder. So, like I said, good effort, just wasn't enough to get the job done. So, next, this was the marquee matchup of the postseason, in my eyes, besides the LSU Iowa game. You had what I call the Forgotten Storm and Miss Paige Buckets. And the back-to-back College Player of the Year, Miss Caitlin Clark. It was an excellent game. I told y'all on my short notes that it was going to be a close one. I knew it was going to be a close one, and I knew it was going to come down to the last minute of the game. The score ended up being 71-69. Iowa won the game on a controversial offensive foul call at the end of the game. Now, I, for one, am very proud of Miss Paige Buckets when she got asked the question in her press conference, and she kept it 100, and that's how a superstar is supposed to keep it. Yes, that call was very crucial, and it had a lot of momentum behind it, but like she said, If she would have executed some of them plays and opportunities that she had, that play wouldn't have had as much gravitational pull, and it wouldn't have had the same magnitude had she executed earlier in the game. So I love how she answered them questions. She didn't make no excuses for it. She took the loss, and she gonna be better. I'm glad. I don't know. I don't know if she announced if she going to the WNBA or not. But if she stays, the WM or the NCAA, the women's side is hers. For sure, for sure. She's gonna be coming back with pure vengeance. I know she is. I know Gino is ready to get it cracking. I don't remember if Miss Edwards is gonna be. I don't know. She don't know if she's an underclassman or upperclassman. I do need to find out about that. But if they got them two coming back, so the two people I just mentioned, Miss Paige Bucket, she had 17 points, 3 assists, 4 rebounds. That ain't gonna be enough to get it done. And Miss Edwards had 17 points, 3 assists, 8 rebounds. Not gonna be enough to get it done, especially when you got a performance from Caitlin Clark that was so subpar. Y'all did the thing. Y'all didn't shut her down. You're not gonna shut down Caitlin Clark. Let's just get that understood. You did your job. You held her to 21 points. Had her own questionable field goal percentage, 7 assists, 9 rebounds. But y'all let what's her name? Mr. Ooh. I don't know how we say that name there. Miss Marshall drew the foul. I ain't talking about her. Number 45 from the Hawkeyes. I'm sorry, I cannot pronounce the last name, and I don't want to slaughter it. So number 45 from Iowa, she had 23 points, 1 rebound, 3 assists, leading the way for the Lady Hawkeyes. That got the job done. Like I said, there's no way you hold Caitlin Clark to 21 points on subpar field goal percentage, and you take the L. We didn't execute. You see what happens when you don't execute. So, South Carolina, Iowa, today, that was on the schedule. That was the oo-wop, doo-wop. Caitlin Clark came out 5 for 8, 10 points. Started the game off hot. But ended the game 10 for 28 as the Lady Gamecocks buckled down, clamped in, zoned in on Miss Clark, and held her to, she had 30 points, but 10 for 28 shot attempts to get to 30, and she only had 5 assists. We all know Caitlin Clark is at her best when she's not only scoring, but getting her teammates involved. We stopped that from happening, or not we, sorry. They stopped that from happening today. South Carolina did. They got the job done. Like I said, shout out to Miss Dawn Staley. Shout out to the Lady Gamecocks, man. An undefeated season, 38-0. Everybody that they put in front of them, they took down. 38-0. They ran through the tournament. They won all their games by double-digit points. They was clearly the best team in women's college basketball this year. So shout out to them. 2 championships in the last 3 years. I think she's 110-3 in her last 3 seasons, Miss Dawn Staley. She lost all her starters last year to the professional sports and still came back and ran it back. That's amazing, man. That's amazing. So shout out to the Lady Gamecocks, man. The 2024 Women's NCAA Basketball Champions. Moving along, right on to the men's March Madness. We in the Final Four for them too, man. We was in the Final Four for them. We got the national championship game for that on Tuesday, but we can't get to that without talking about the games that led up to the teams that's going to be there. So let's go ahead and start out with Alabama versus UConn. Now, as I told y'all earlier this week on Short Notes, that Alabama is a high three-point shooting team. They averaged 33-point attempts a game. They shot 23 and they made 11. And that's pretty damn good for them. They normally go 11 or 30, 33%. They shot 47% from the field or from the 3-point line, 44% from field goal percentage. But that's not enough when you got them boys from UConn, the boys up there from Connecticut, shooting 50, 40, and 78% from the field, three-pointer, and free throw line, making the game lean in their favor, 86-72. We had the big man Clingan, another nice game from him, 18 points, 5 rebounds. But Mr. Castle came through leading the way with 21 points, 2 assists, 5 rebounds. Now, all 5 starters for UConn was in double digits, with the lowest person having 12. So that's a team effort. And that's how you get the job done this time of year. The postseason, it's time to play. It ain't time to bullshit. It's time to play. Moving to Alabama, Mr. Sears had a hell of a game. As y'all seen, Charles Barkley shook his hand and probably gave him a couple encouraging, uplifting words to keep his head up, because he played a hell of a tournament this year, man. A hell of a tournament. He finished today's game with 24 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists. Mr. Nelson, the backup, one of the bigs, 19 points, 15 rebounds. Like I said, they gave it a good effort, but at the end of the day, when you got when your team gives up double-digit scoring to the opposition starting 5, you're gonna have a hard time winning games. That's just all she wrote for them. So we had UConn making a move. So I know you're wondering who. Well, you know now. Who is UConn gonna see? Is it gonna be North Carolina State or is it gonna be Purdue? Now we know today. We knew that day's matchup. It was gonna be Mr. DJ Burns versus Mr. Zach Edey, and it was gonna be the battle of the Tower versus the Power. And sad to say, the Cinderella run for North Carolina State had to come to an end. Mr. Zach Edey posted 20 points, 12 rebounds en route to a 63-50 win, Purdue over North Carolina State. Like I said, heck of a fucking tournament run. The ACC tournament as well as the Big Dance. North Carolina State had to go on an undefeated streak for the last. They won 5 games then and won 4. So they won their last 9 games to get to where they were at, and you can't do nothing but applaud them. They had to win every game in the ACC tournament to get to the dance. They did that. They made it all the way to the Final Four. It's so dope. I love seeing the Cinderella team every year. I just wonder who it's going to be. I definitely didn't see North Carolina State coming out of left field like this, but they did. Mr. Burns had a bad, not I won't say a bad game, but a down game. 8 points, 4 assists, 1 rebound. That's definitely not going to get it done. Mr. DJ Horn, though, he came through with 20 points, 6 rebounds. He was the high man for North Carolina State. As I said, Zach Edey had 20 points, 12 rebounds, 4 assists, and Mr. Jones came in with the assist to help him out with 14 points, 4 rebounds. So you going to have the battle of the bigs, the 2 towers. You got Clingan and you got Edey. You got UConn, you got Purdue. National championship game is set for Tuesday. I personally got UConn over Purdue, and another close one, another banger, another close game that's going to come down to who going to make the least amount of mistakes. Because both teams are well coached. Purdue is hungry to prove that they learned their lesson from underachieving last year, and UConn is trying to be the first team to repeat since the 2007. I think it's the 2007 Florida Gators. So let me know. Let us know. Tell us who you think gonna win. I got UConn. When we post the video, go ahead, leave your predictions in the comment section. I can't wait to see them, and we might read them out loud together on the short notes. So Make sure y'all do that. So last but not least, we got most teams with 5 games left in the season. So we in the official last hurrah playoff push. Game I want to talk about specifically today had some major seed implications. Was the Miami and Indiana game. Now, we were just watching that. We watched Tyler Herro come down and hit a 3 to put him within 1. And then we watched we watched the foul call, give Indiana another 3-point lead, which turned into them fouling Tyler Herro before he could get a 3-point shot off. You know, they made one, tried to miss it, get the ball back, make another one. You know how the story goes. Didn't work. We end up losing 115, 117. So that puts Miami in the 7th seed, which would mean they would be in the play-in if the play-in started today. So, we got Miami in the 7th seed. You got Philadelphia in the 8th seed. You got Chicago in the 9th seed. And then you got Atlanta in the 10th. That's the East play-in. The West, you got the Pelicans and the Lakers, 7 and 8. Shout out to the Lakers, man. The Lakers been 9-1 over their last 10 games. That's what you call locking in for your playoff push. And then you got Sacramento and Golden State rounding out the 9 and 10. So if the play-in started today, that's what it would look like. You got a lot of chances for teams to move up out of the play-in, like the Pelicans, the Lakers. I think the Lakers got a good chance to possibly get the 6th seed. Oh, especially how they've been playing. Their top 3, their big 3, if you want to call them that, they've been playing excellent. D'Lo had a good game today. AD had a good game, and Brown. The fact LeBron 30, 99, 100 years old, and he's still playing good as he playing is, I don't know what to say about it, man. It's amazing, man. He's still flying, jumping out the gym, shooting a 3, which is what every player needs to develop to have a long career. If you want to be honest, they all tell you that. He got that trade ball. He up over 40% still from behind the arc. He's shooting them. It's not like he's shooting like 2. He's shooting them. He averaging about 5 a game, so he's shooting them. The Lakers look real good in the West, man. Like I said, it wouldn't surprise me if they snuck up and got the 6th seed. And the Rockets as well. The Warriors been playing real shaky, as have the Sacramento Kings. So both of those teams are primed to fall out of the top 10. The Rockets, they done lost a few games as of late. They've been winning and been buckling down over as of late, like as of the last 12 games. They may have lost a few of the last couple. I think they lost 3 of the last 5. But be on the lookout for the Rockets. And don't be surprised if you see them get the 10 seed or the 9 seed and squeak their way in there and try to get in the playoffs, man. So, I'm going to take this time, just like any other time, man, and shout out all the people responsible behind the scenes to make this thing happen. First and foremost, Big C Studios, Big C Creative Studios. In the building, they're the engine. I'm just a transmission. Without them, I'm just a transmission. So they make us go, and I'm thankful to be in the presence and the graces of a program and an organization such as Big C Creative Studios. So shout out to them. Shout out to my own personal sponsor, Reed's Weeds. 5 years strong, they've been rocking with me, believing in everything that I do. Hopefully that relationship stays and continues to grow. Upcoming topics next week, we got the men's championship game is on Tuesday. UConn versus Purdue. So be on the lookout for a short note on that game. That's for damn sure. I got UConn predicted to win that. That's my prediction to win that game and another close one. And then we're gonna be right back to the playoff push. Like I said, the play-in starts April 16th. And we're getting closer and closer and closer and closer to that. So be on the lookout. We'll be back with more and more entertaining news from the sports world, man. Make sure you follow us on Instagram, Facebook, and the new YouTube channel, Winning Notes. We're on all 3 of those things, man. We're trying to grow, and we need your help to do that. So hopefully y'all down to grow with us. Again, we're on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. Check us out. Winning Notes. It's your boy Early in the Morning. Until next time.
Yeah. Early. O-T-T. You can look anywhere you want to, but you won't find no one cold as me. Early probably laid up somewhere, smoking prime on my cloud machine. Silly haters keep throwing shade, but my light shine bright.